So the word, I get asked this question a lot when I speak on leadership, and the adjective that always comes to mind for me, and I used it earlier, is authenticity. People want to work for human beings, warts, cracks, flaws, and all. And I think, again, if you think about, the leadership model that we just talked about a minute ago, one of the really hard lessons for me earlier in my career was to learn about myself. But I would tell you today that I can tell you without a doubt what my gifts are, and I can tell you without a doubt what my opportunities for growth are. And I think putting myself in positions to leverage my strengths, and also surrounding myself with people that'll help me protect against the things that I know I'm not good at, I think being a great leader is rooted in a very high degree of self-awareness. And so I think that's the most important trait of a leader, is being self-aware and being authentic about who you are and not pretending to be something you're not. And then I think the other two things that matter are obviously being a great communicator, and being kind of a strategic thinker in a way that you can really create a vivid picture of the future for those that you work with. Because if you think about the conversation we had a few minutes ago about, I'm not certainly the technical expert of every part of Connexus, and the people that we trust to make decisions, we're paying them to make them, and I trust them implicitly to make them. But if the clearer the picture of the future becomes, the easier it is for them to make decisions and really drive the business forward. The more vague the vision becomes, it becomes really hard for a middle manager or a line business leader or a first-time leader to make a decision and have confidence that they're making it in the way that would support the vision or strategic kind of objectives of the organization. So being a really great communicator and being able to, if your employees close their eyes, can they imagine that future state 3, 5, 10 years from now that you're trying to articulate for the organization, that they have the courage and the passion to go and chase that, and then the confidence to make decisions that move the organization forward. So I think if you do those three things well, I think you're setting yourself up for success.
So you describe authenticity as being maybe your greatest asset as a leader. So that being said, how important is one's own personal reputation or brand in the context of being an effective leader?
Yeah, so if you accept the argument that the world is a transparent place, I love leading Connexus. It's my life's passion, and I'm honored to get up and do it every day. But I also say there's a burden of leadership, is that you can't pretend to be something you're not. And again, when I talk to new employees and they start at Connexus and I ask them why they pick Connexus, and they pick us for the things we stand for, the second thing I say is, what do you know about Connexus? And again, like 50% of the time, I get somebody saying, well, I've followed you on social media as the leader. And I want to know that you say and do and live the things that you say you live and do and believe. And that those things translate into how the company's run, but you can't pretend anymore. And the world is too savvy and too smart. And so, but being comfortable. So imagine my place 5 years ago, Connexus, I get the CEO job, I'm 42 years old. And there was probably lots of people in our company saying, are you sure that this is a good idea? And what could he possibly know technically that I don't? What makes him a better CEO than maybe an internal candidate that was vying for the job at the time? And but I would also tell you very quickly in my time here, people learned that I didn't pretend to know what I didn't know. They were the experts on that part of the business, and all I was doing was saying, here's the vision, and here's the fuel to go deliver these great things. Go do them because you're the expert. And I think people really valued the fact that I was comfortable enough in my own skin at 42 years old to say, this is your part of Connexus, I trust you, and here's what you need to deliver that well. And I wasn't pretending at 42 years old to know everything about the business, because it wasn't possible. And I think people would have quickly seen through that facade, and it would have been very hard for them to feel passionate about kind of partnering on building the next generation of Connexus. But I didn't. I went in and said, here are the things I'm really good at, and you can count on me to help you with those things. And P.S., here are the things that I don't know very much about, and I'm really hoping that you'll help me in the same way. And I think it really gave people a sense of confidence that I wasn't trying to BS them, but at the same time, a sense of, I really will get to participate fully in building this next generation of our credit union.